Welcome back. Special treat on this Friday afternoon. We have the owner of Meadow Vista Honey Winery out of the Okanagan, Judie Barta. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, you're very welcome. And of course, Linda Coles, you're here from Sahali Liquor Store, bringing these two together because you're going to be actually at the Sahali Liquor Store later today doing tastings. So it's great to have you here as well.
Thank you.
Yes, so we're learning today a little bit about sort of a niche market within the Okanagan, honey wines. And this is something that you've been doing since 2009, Judie, but you've been in the industry of winemaking since 1993, I believe.
Yes.
So you know your stuff, basically.
Yeah, it's been great being part of the industry and the growth that's happened in the Okanagan.
Yeah. So where did you get the idea? 2009 is when Meadow Vista started up. You got this idea for a special niche. What is it all about, this honey wine? How does it work?
Sure. Well, it was kind of a fun experience. I'd made it with a medieval friend of mine like 10 years ago, and I still had some because I really wouldn't drink it. I thought it was really passé.
Really?
I was a real grape wine person,
sure.
And I opened a bottle and went, wow, this is actually really good. And it was just the perfect timing of selling one of my businesses, and hey, I can do this now. I can start my own winery, and what am I going to do that's different?
What is the methodology that is different behind a honey winery, or what is called, I believe, a meadery?
Sure. Well, really it's the ingredients. A winery, you're allowed to, according to the BC laws, make wine out of grapes, fruit, honey, cider, and sake. So really it should almost be a fermentation license, because mead is definitely a different animal than grape wine, but it's the exact same process.
Excellent. We have a couple of pictures I'd love to show for people to get a little bit of an image. There you are, enjoying a glass of honey wine, somewhere on the doorstep to the winery, or the meadery, as we should say. And then a couple more shots. So you're nestled in the Okanagan Valley. What's it like there?
It's so gorgeous. Southeast Kelowna is, I kind of lovingly refer to it as the last orchard. Kelowna's developed so greatly. Quickly, but this is a really special niche in the Okanagan. So it's green, lush, lots of beautiful orchards, apiaries, restaurants, farms. It's pretty cool.
Let's hear a little bit about your product and what's involved in making the wine that you make. We also actually have here, if we take a look on the set, you have your own hives that you actually take care of, and you have many of them.
Yeah.
So this is fresh honeycomb here.
Yeah, I just took that from the hive this morning to give you a little example of what honey looks like from the comb. And so yeah, part of that law process in British Columbia, we have to have 50 beehives. And so right now on the farm we have 4 because they need to now go elsewhere to pollinate. And we'll just keep a few on the farm for our own pollination. And in the fall we harvest the honey and store it for our winemaking over the winter.
How much honey goes into the wine?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Every recipe is a little different, so depending on how sweet that I want it to be. Let's just say if my tank is 1,000 liters, I would use a barrel of honey, which is 630 pounds.
So it's quite a bit.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is all involved? Maybe you can give us a little example of each of these and we can have a taste of them.
Sure.
How does this all work? Are they made differently, each one of them? Or?
Well, in the honey wine world, we refer to our style to denote each product. So the one that I'm going to have you guys try right now is called a traditional style. We call it Cloud Horse. And so the style of this is, as I said, traditional, and the ingredients are honey and water and fermentation. So this is as clean and crisp, I think you'll find in the honey wine world.
That is delicious.
Kind of good, hey?
It really is. And it is crisp and delicious.
So the color was really pale.
We recently
Really?
won with
Okay.
Cloud Horse the best mead pairing at the Osoyoos Oyster Festival. So if you can imagine doing food and wine pairings, thinking seafood, chicken, salads, things like that. So that's a great mix there. So the next style that we're going to try is called Mabon. This is a metheglin style. It means you've added spices. So I've branded this with the term Mabon. It means fall equinox. And so I've added cinnamon, cardamom, coriander, nutmeg, and cloves.
Do you choose what spices
Yeah,
that you add?
Totally. So when I was making this, knowing what I do about the wine industry, for Cloud Horse, it was how could I make something that would appeal to a Pinot Gris drinker? So that's this. Well, how can I make something that would appeal to a Gewürztraminer drinker? Oh, that's this. So you can really play around with your flavor profiles.
And it serves you well to have that background.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then I think one of the neat things with making your wine out of honey and all these different ingredients is you can be a little bit more casual with your creations. So with Mabon, warming that up gently and having that with a gingerbread cookie.
You absolutely could.
You
that
totally
is
could.
delightful. That is really good. That spice gives it something different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's so good.
So the next one, this is Ostara. It recently won gold at the All Canadian Wine Championships. This is a pie mint style. It means you've added grapes, and in this case, some late harvest Pinot Gris. This is the sweetest of our wines, and I think that's definitely one of those misnomers. People think that honey wines are going to be really sweet. They don't have to be. Just like grape wine doesn't have to be sweet either.
Well, they're all good so far. I'm not choosy. I love them all. I really do. I think this is a really neat thing. I don't think I've ever had a honey wine before.
I have.
Which
Before
makes
today,
sense.
yes, but I think that one's my favorite.
The last
Ostora,
one?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And this, oh
Yeah,
my
well,
gosh,
this is super fun.
So good.
This is our new package for Bliss. It's a sparkling cherry honey wine.
Yes.
And if you'd like a little try of that, again, you can drink it straight or have some fun, throw it on some ice, a little bit of lemon. We recently made a cocktail with Okanagan spirits. They make a liqueur with sea buckthorn, and it's kind of fun to get creative with our product.
They're all delicious. That one is really good too. A little bit sweeter. Maybe we have about a minute and a half, but I want to, tell the viewers a little bit about your experience and your history. You worked at Sumac Ridge really in the early days, 1993. You helped bring about the VQA, which everyone in the wine world is familiar about.
Sure.
Yeah, you helped work in that industry. And then you helped with the Mike's Hard Lemonade, which everyone knows what that is, but you were there when it was opening up and getting started.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of experience. You know what you're doing, obviously, and that's pretty cool that you've been in this industry for as long as you have.
Well, it took a lot of people to, bring such awareness to our industry, and being part of on the ground team, working with cold beer and wine stores and LDB and restaurants, and just being part of that education process on all of those different levels. It's been I've been honored really to be part of that growth and that team.
And now to have your own winery, you said it's a dream you've had since you were 19 years old, and you're living it now.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I'm stoked. Yeah.
That's awesome. Judie, I'm so glad that you were able to be here today. We should do this all the time.
I know. I've been really excited about bringing Judie on the store or on the show. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And into the store today.
Exactly, and that's what I wanted to say. We have 30 seconds left, but you are going to be on location at the Sahali Liquor Store from 2 o'clock until 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So if people would like to come down and have a little sip as they head into their long weekend, these honey wines are delicious, absolutely worth checking out. The information is on the screen as you can learn more about Meadow Vista, as well as Sahali Liquor Store, the website there as well. So Judie and Linda, happy Canada Day long weekend. Thanks for being here.
Yes,
Okay.
have a great long weekend.
Thank you. You as well. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.